Hi everyone, how are you today? I'm Liliana Amaro, Children Sleep Coach, and welcome to one more session of Learning to Sleep. We haven't had one for last week, for a while, sorry. Last week we had a little bit of time off to recharge, and well, we are here back again with this very controversial topic about my child wants milk many times during the night. And I wonder if any of the mothers that are watching this video that can put the hand up. First of all, I will be one of them. I had a child that was asking for multiple times at night time that she wanted milk. This is my story, I'm going to confess. I used to give my child about 7 to 8 bottles of milk per night. I thought that was okay. I didn't know any different, so I was waking up several times. Every time I wake up, I will make a bottle for my daughter. I will give it to her, let her sleep, and then just continue, go back to sleep, go to my bed, come back. I used to have them all ready in the bench. If any of you have followed my Instagram or my Facebook, you can see that there is posts about that kind of my history. Like I have different tricks. I make it public sometimes, and I put pictures. I don't know why I have a picture of that, but yeah, there is me preparing many bottles. I used to leave them line up on the bench so I can quickly get up, go to the kitchen, and then warm up the water, prepare because by that time I had my child in formula. It was my daughter was about 1 year and 3 months, 4 months. I breastfed her until she was 1 year. And anyway, that was what I was doing. I thought that's what she wanted, and that's the only way I was making her to sleep. So many times when the mothers contact me, they always say that they wake up several times during the night, and what they do is give the bottle to their child or give the breast. I have had mothers. This is the most critical case that I ever talk about, is about a 2.5-year-old child that wakes up around 4 to 5 times to have breast of the mother. And this comes with other situations and other scenarios, is whether the mom brings the child to the bed because that's where she breastfeeds, whether the mom goes and confiscates the child, but most of the cases is what happened is the mother gives the breast freely to the child, and the child is happy to take it at any time. Sometimes the child becomes the boss of the breast of the mother, like whenever he wants, he goes, have access, and falls asleep again. So that's the scenarios I've been treating. But what happened here? Well, pretty much what happens here is that we fall into a habit. We fall into the habit of giving this milk because we believe that's the way they're going to go back to sleep. But if we think about it, or our recommendation as a sleep consultant is always to say that after 6 months a child should be sleeping through the night. And if you are breastfeeding, it's okay, but the first fits that should disappear are the night times. Whether it happens sometimes the opposite, sometimes the mothers are trying to take away the breastfeeding, and the first thing that they do is trying to stop during the day because it's easy, and they leave the night one because it helps the babies or the children to sleep faster. But we need to think about it. If we want to sleep, we need to remove these habits. The more we do it, the more it's going to happen, the more often the child is going to need it. And as they grow, they start waking up more often as well, because this habit gets stronger. And of course, we need to think that every habit develops for the time we do it. Like imagine if we have done this for 1 year and then we continue for another 6 months. Well, it's 1 year and 6 months that our child knows that way during the night, and then he continues. There is times in where the children are not hungry anymore, but we believe that they want milk, and this is when pretty much every case that I have spoken about with the moms is when the mom keeps trying to offer the breast, because that's the way that she's done it for a certain amount of time. She offers the breast, and then the child drinks it, sometimes doesn't drink it anymore, sometimes there is drama, takes longer to sleep, and then the mom said, well, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm awake, I'm sleep deprived, I'm offering the breast, but they not even taking it. What can I do? I'm desperate. So when you get to this point in life, when you think your child wants milk multiple times, but is not really wanted the milk, we need to assess our scenario and decide what we want to do. If there is time for a change, we maybe ourselves, you need to plan for this change to happen. How are you going to achieve it? When are you going to do it? And one of the key points here, and my main recommendation to all the mothers, is always open the communication with your child. Doesn't matter how old your baby is or your children are. Always talk to them. Explain what is going to happen. Explain what would you like to do in order to change all this situation. Explain that the night is for sleeping, and what we want to do is fall asleep because we're tired, we feel tired, we want that they start sleeping longer. So let's try to do this in order to make the situation better. Of course, many mothers will say that the child is not going to understand, and therefore they're not going to tell them that. I will say children understand the mothers, and you can sense it. One advice that I got from my sister when I was in that situation was that she used to say, talk to your baby, tell her you're tired, tell her she needs to sleep. And I tried to do it, but at the same time I was doing that, and I was trying to many things. I was very naive in that stage. I was very sleep deprived. And that makes makes everybody not to think completely clearly, not to analyze. I have mothers of fathers that or families, I will say, that they contact me, and when they're trying to explain to me what's the situation, they say, we're pretty much very tired, we are to the breaking point, and we don't know what to do, so we are just doing whatever we can in order to get some sleep. And this is when you get to this point, I always call these kind of situations a tsunami, because it's when you start going back to have a little bit of the situation starts getting bigger, and then you just see it increasing, but you don't do anything to stop it, and then what happens after is just it's going to break on top of you suddenly. So don't let this tsunami effect reaching you. There is no such a thing as a hunger during the night when you have fed your baby during the day. When you have a content baby, the babies don't need milk. Of course, there are days in where they haven't eaten very well, or days where for whatever reason they didn't want to eat, or they felt sick and stuff like that, and perhaps those days a little bit of food during the night is necessary, but it's never necessary as much as 4 to 7 times. That is absolutely crazy. I reckon we can make even sick a child that is not for making that. So my child ask me for milk is a very rare thing, especially if they cannot speak. If they cannot speak, the child is not asking for milk. You are taking that decision of giving the milk and making them wake up. That is your own decision, and it's not the child's decision. The fact is, because we don't know what to do, that's the resource we're taking to. Remember, there are other ways to do it. Sometimes takes effort to get there and try different things, but it's possible. If you are struggling, if you are in this stage in where you think your child needs to stop drinking milk during the night, contact me. I offer free sleep assessments, so you can talk to me free of charge and explain me what's happening. We can get to a resolution, perhaps by advice. If your situation is more drastically and you don't really know what to do, we can talk about it, and then we can suggest to join one of our services, or follow one of our plans, depends on it. But explore your situation. Remember, the night is made for sleep, not for eating or drinking. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me at any point. Thank you so much for being here and learning to sleep. I'm pretty sure next week we're having another session. If you have any suggestions for a topic, they are always welcome in our page, in our comments here. Write me an email, WhatsApp, anything you feel like you can let me know what you want me to touch, and I'm happy. I want to say hi, Julia. Thanks for watching and joining now. And I hope you can see this video to then. See you. Bye. Thank you so much.